What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side, and this is gonna be one of my other absurd videos, sort of like my anime memes video, because there's a lot of wacky crap that I'm about to cover in this video, and I don't think I'd want to learn more about the blah 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 and the blah 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 from Google, so no thank you. Recent news, y'all heard about the Shanghai bullcrap that's going on in China, where apparently there's people in their homes being locked down. They're not even allowed on the streets. They got drones flying around enforcing the rules. We got like quarantine, like freaking hazmat looking doctors patrolling the streets, you know, cops and all that bullcrap. And I found a video that pretty much sums up a bunch of it. So I'm gonna just go through this video. It's like 2 minutes. I'm gonna give you my reaction and my commentary on the disaster that's going on in China right now. So here we go. Oh, and USA Today, yeah, this is a biased news source, and I'll go through these comments. I'll look through these comments at the end. Just look at the pictures. Don't listen to the audio, because, I mean, you guys can sort it out. You guys are intelligent beings. So let's go.
China's biggest city, Shanghai, remains eerily empty. 26 million people under a map.
26 million people. I mean, can you believe that? How do they do it? How do they do it? 26 million people. And I'm not about to be pausing the video every 5 seconds, so don't worry about that. But like, I just had to point that out. 26 million people. That's just in Shanghai.
Massive COVID lockdown, relying on government deliveries, and anger is soaring. Social media showing videos of protests over food and medicine, a supermarket ransacked, at a building where residents have been locked down for 2 weeks. They shout, "We only want supplies. Why are you beating people?" At night, the echoes of people crying out from their windows for help. With the Omicron variant surging here, China is tightening its strict zero-COVID rules to contain what is now the country's worst outbreak ever. Tens of thousands of asymptomatic people being corralled into mass quarantine centers. In some cases, children have been separated from their parents, triggering public outcry. American Josh Vaughn got swept up in the dragnet. He's trying to keep his business going from a hospital.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
2 years into the pandemic, there is no easing up on zero COVID here. Robots patrol some streets,
A bunch of bullshit.
reminding people to wear masks.
Here in Beijing, even when there's one case, an entire neighborhood is blocked off. You can see the deliveries are passed through a window.
In Shanghai, drones tell people to stay home. Control your soul's desire for freedom, it says, as more cities double down with restrictions.
The economy is taking a hit too. Shanghai is a major trade
I wonder
hub.
why.
The port is one of the biggest in the world, and there are hundreds of cargo ships that haven't been able to dock. Add to that factories have had to close down under zero COVID, and there are real concerns about the ripple effect this lockdown is going to have on the global supply chain. Hoda?
All right, Janice Mackey Frayer for us. Janice, thank you.
So, oh god, that's the video. So there's a few things that, you know, I want to point out and give my reaction to. So let's just go through this again.
China's biggest city, Shanghai, remains eerily empty.
I already gave my opinion about this.
26 million people under a massive COVID lockdown, relying on...
Look at this bullshit! Look at this! I mean, they might as well be fucking wearing hazmat suits, right? Because you got a mask and a freaking face shield and a freaking hat, the surgical hats on, and the scrubs, walking in the streets outside. Oh, and they got gloves on too. add to that, like, these people have to be sweating. And, oh, what is it? It's, April. It's heading into summer, right? How long is it going to be? How long are people gonna have to be sweating through the streets, wearing frickin' masks and all of this? Like, this looks like a frickin' Halloween costume that you would wear as a child. You know? Oh, I want to be a doctor. Or, you know? Like, my God. Okay.
Government deliveries.
And they're delivering food to people, and it's like, I don't really have a huge opinion on that one.
And anger is soaring.
Yeah, at least people have the common decency to actually think for themselves and be like, hey, this is kind of wrong, guys. Like, and they are still being enforced to wear those masks outside. Like, it's outside. Like, anyway, let's just continue. Like, the COVID is not floating around in the air. Like, whatever.
A supermarket ransacked.
Right. I don't blame these people. Because, what are you gonna do, right? Like, apparently, the freaking government is not giving them enough. So, what are you gonna do? Let yourself starve? No, you have to fucking fight for yourself. Right? For your family. Like, this is what happens, right? This is what happens.
At a building where residents have been locked down for 2 weeks,
2
they shout,
weeks.
We only want supplies.
We only want supplies. That's what they're saying. They're not saying anything wrong. Well, I do not agree that they ransack a store, but I don't put it past them. But, like, we only want supplies, right? Like, it pisses me off. Like, this is pissing me off watching it. Like, literally, like, starving people and, like, not giving them enough stuff. What do you think's gonna happen when you lock down 20-something million people? And, by the way, that's only in Shanghai. And you have people delivering food to them. You think they're gonna deliver all that they need for their family? I don't think so. So, this is what happens, right? And the government's like, oh, why are they ransacking a store and ransacking stores? Well, I don't know. Why don't you think about what you've done? So, let's continue.
Why are you beating people?
Why are you beating people? Oh, God, this is the worst. This is the worst scene. This is the worst. Anyway, yeah. Let's see this part again.
The echoes of people crying out from their windows for help. With the Omicron variant surging here, China is tightening its strict zero COVID rules to contain what...
Look at this getup here. Okay? This is the drip check. Yeah, it's not passing the drip check right now. Okay?
It is now the country's worst outbreak ever. Tens of thousands of
Look at this bullcrap, okay? Like, this is like camps. It's like, this looks like a frickin' one of those movies where it's like a pandemic movie, right? Where, like, oh, there's a deadly virus that breaks out, right? And it just looks like one of those movies. Right? This is unreal. Like, this is unreal how, like, what is going on in China. And let me be clear, they can't leave. They can't leave. They're trapped in their country. Okay? You would think that everyone would just get out. But no. You have to think about it. They can't leave. Which is the sad thing. They have to go through this bullcrap, right? So let's continue.
Being corralled into mass quarantine centers.
Right. Mass quarantine centers.
In some cases,
and this is the
children
worst.
Have been separated from their parents.
Why are you separating babies from their parents? Like, this is new to me. Like I watched this video, but I didn't know this was happening before I watched this video. like before I started recording. And why are you separating babies and literal children away from their families, right? Like, okay, here's the thing. It's not about if you get it, it's about when, right? And building up your immune system to fight this thing, okay? The only way you're going to, do well against this is to not stay inside all the time, get out, and don't be afraid to interact with people, and you have to be exposed to germs, and you have to build up your immune system to fight this. And I can go on and on and on and on and on about this topic, but if I did, I would probably mention some things. I'm not going to go into hobo codes to, hide words from the people listening to this video, monitoring. You're going to give me a frickin' strike just because I said a word that doesn't do anything wrong, right? They're going to give me a strike for that. Anyway, I'm not going to go into hobo codes because then if I did, some of you probably wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I would go on and on and on and on. And you know what this reminds me? All these camps. The border, right? The border in America where immigrants are literally coming away from their shithole governments, which are in cahoots with the frickin' drug lords down there, which isn't surprising to me at all. But yeah, you have people in those camps and children separated from their families in inhumane conditions. How humane do you think this crap is?
Triggering public outcry.
How do you think
American Josh?
How humane do you think this? How humane do you think this is? How do you think they keep up with all those people? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they can't. They're not all in pristine condition living. Millions, probably thousands of people in these camps. Maybe millions. Maybe hundreds of thousands. I don't even know. So let's just continue.
Outcry. American Josh Vaughn got swept up in the dragnet. He's trying to keep his business going from a hospital.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
2 years into the
Aim
pandemic,
at the businesses
there
too.
is no easing up on zero COVID.
What are you spraying? What are they spraying? That's what I want to know. Are they spraying like chemicals? Like Febreze, but it's like hand sanitizer or something in there? Freaking Germex in that spray stuff? Anyway, this is just absurd. Look at this.
Patrol some streets, reminding
Please control your soul's desire for freedom. Look,
echoes of people crying out from their windows for help. With the Omicron
look at
variant,
all those people just crying out for help, like the thing said. Like, listen. I'm not taking every word before you go off on me and be like, oh, well, you can't take all of this. You have to take all of what USA Today and all the other news sources say with a grain of salt. Listen, I'm not listening with my ears. I'm watching with my eyes. I'm not listening to the dialogue. Anyway, all of these people, it really brings hope into this world and hope into my heart that all of these people are not all brainwashed by the government, right? And you can imagine how bad their government is up there with the social credit system and blah, 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 blah. It's good to know that these people aren't falling for tricks,
the echoes of people crying out from their windows for help. With the Omicron
right?
variant surge,
I want.
the
Where's
only
that
ones
part where
support-
it's like, oh, please control your soul's desire for freedom. I want to talk about that. I don't think. Didn't we just hear about it? right?
At night, the echoes of people crying out from their windows for help. With the
Right. Anyway, where's the part where it's like, please control your soul's desire for freedom? You guys heard that, right? Oh, it's over here. Right. Okay, we'll get to that soon. You have a fucking robot dog patrolling the streets. This is absurd.
Some streets.
You have a fucking robot dog patrolling the streets, probably saying over and over and over again in loops, please control your soul's desire for freedom. Right? We know it's best, bro. It's for the safety of the people. Okay? This is absurd. This, like I said, this is unreal. This looks like out of a virus movie. Let's continue.
Reminding people to wear
Look
masks.
how fucking ridiculous that is. Okay, let's go.
Here in Beijing, even when there's one case, an entire neighborhood is blocked off.
Even in one case, an entire freaking neighborhood is blocked off. Can you imagine? Right? I cannot imagine that happening. Right? One case. And it's the fucking... It's the new one. I'm gonna have to drop a hobo code in there. The Comic-Con, right? It sounds like the word that starts with an O, the Comic-Con, the new Comic-Con variant. Comic-Con, I'm cracking myself up. And it's don't we know, like, the Comic-Con variant is less deadly than the original one? What about the Delta Airlines one? Get it, hobo code? Anyway, what about the Delta Airlines one, which was apparently more deadly, right? Honestly, like, they're taking precautions, but the precautions that they're doing are actually doing worse things than they think they're doing for the people. They're making things worse, right? You know, here's the thing. Maybe every country in the entire world should take example. Should look at how Florida's doing, right? We barely have any restrictions, and we're doing just fine down here. And you know what? The left knows it, and they hate us for it. They hate us for it because their views on this frickin' can I say, on this deadly virus movie, right? People are starting to wake up, and we're like, no, this is not working. And they know it, so they're attacking us. And they're attacking our governor. Like, I'm not saying he's all righteous either, because he's a government official and he's a big man in power. Apparently he's doing something right, and all the liberals don't like it because they know that it's working down here. Anyway, let's continue. I went off on a tangent there. Anyway,
You can see deliveries are passed through a window.
You guys see that window?
An entire neighborhood is blocked off. You can see
Deliveries are through a
passed
window. Literally, we had, like, Chinese restaurants do this, right? It was hilarious. Like, if you really want to take precautions, you have a window with... You're not blocking off any like, particles coming in through the window, are you? Are you? Because the things that they're wearing, I don't even know if I can say that. The things that they're wearing on their faces, do you really think that half the time people are wearing those ones that like apparently work 99% of the time, or like are 99% effective of keeping all the particles inside? I don't think so. So you're not really doing anything by having a window in there, right? It's not like there's not like a screen there, that like invisible screen that blocks out particles in the air that are coming out of things that people are wearing on their faces, the particles that are coming out of these things, right? So it's just ridiculous. Let's keep going.
Window. In Shanghai,
Here we go.
drones tell people to stay home. Control your soul's desire for freedom.
One more time,
It says, people to stay home. Control your soul's desire for freedom, it says.
One more time for the people in the back.
People to stay home. Control your soul's desire for freedom, it's...
How fucking demonic is that? How fucking demonic does that sound? Control your soul's desire for freedom. They couldn't have worded it any more creepy than that. Right? Control your soul's desire for freedom, sir. Do you really think that's something people say on a daily basis? Hey, bro, it's okay. You just follow these restrictions. You gotta control your soul's desire for freedom. That's not how people talk. Right? But it's not surprising to me that the government would do something like this, especially something as creepy as a drone flying around saying control your soul's desire for freedom, right? Keeping these people in fucking house arrest. Like, this is pissing me off. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta calm down. It's like the fucking anime meme crap that I saw. Control your soul's desire for freedom. That's how you know that this entire thing that is going on has a deeper meaning. Like, there's like there's something fishy going on, and I'm not just saying like, oh yeah, government evil, blah blah blah, because no, it has to be something deeper than this. Like, I don't know, one day I'll make a conspiracy video that no one will believe, and I'll probably lose like half of my subscribers. But there's something deeper going on in the government, which, by the way, is in cahoots with all the other governments, including ours in America, when they have a drone flying around that says, control your soul's desire for freedom. You know what would have made it sound normal and not suspicious? Please stop trying to leave. Right? That doesn't make it sound creepy at all, right? That's just another way to piss people off. But no, they did both. Let's keep going.
As more cities double down with restrictions.
More cities are doubling down with restrictions. So imagine this times 2 or 3.
The economy is taking a hit too.
Oh yeah, I wonder why, right? I wonder why. With China being one of the big manufacturing and production superpowers in the world, right? Besides, I don't know, India. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. But don't they make a lot of things in China? And they're having lockdowns there, preventing people from going to their jobs. Right? Is this all connecting in your heads, people? Because it is for me. Right? Just take everything that I've said and just assemble them into a large pile where you can make where you have a puzzle and you can put it together. Right? So, and not to mention the fucking Ukraine and Russia war going on. That's hitting the economy. And even before that, with the irresponsible fiscal decisions that governments are making because of this deadly virus movie, right? Nothing to do with what you're thinking, YouTube. YouTube bot that's listening. Anyway,
Shanghai is a major trade hub.
Yeah.
The port is one of the biggest in the world, and there are hundreds of cargo ships that haven't been able to dock. Add to that factories have had to close down under zero COVID, and there are real concerns about the ripple effect this lockdown is going to have on the global supply chain. Hoda?
All right, Janice.
okay, it's basically over. This is before I get any more pissed off, I just have to end it here, guys. This has become more than a deadly virus movie. This has become a horror movie, and we're seeing it in its worst places, like Shanghai and China. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This was a nice 20 or so minute video, and I will catch you guys back here on the flip side. Peace.
Mackie for Air Force.